Evening, evening all. Hope everyone's keeping well. Um, just had to go live. Big up, Finn. Hope you're okay, buddy. Just it's just been one of those days, isn't it? It's the whole Spurs news fallout from last night. It's just been relentless. It's nice to see a couple of people about this late hour. Hello, Mark. How you doing, man? Hope you're good. Yeah, it's just yeah, man. It's been crazy today, isn't it? Like all the fallout from yesterday. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Big up, Tom. Hope you're well, man. Look, had a busy evening putting up the Christmas tree, a bit of dinner, but this Spurs is just on your mind constantly, isn't it? You jump onto X on YouTube, listening into everybody, and it's just it's crazy times, man. Crazy times. How are you guys feeling? Probably feeling similar to me. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Um, so many different opinions on it all. The tide is turning. A lot more people are going Ange out now. Let's see what I've been saying. Very well. Spurs are the keep that keeps on giving. Ange out, Levy out, Lange out. Exactly. Yeah, that's my hashtag. I didn't put Lange in, but I don't even know who this Lange guy is really. I don't know why we brought him in. I mean, he ain't done very well, has he? But look, it's just been relentless all day since yesterday. Um, and I just thought I'd come on for a little bit, have a chat, just get some frustrations out, see who's around. Um, gift that keeps giving. Um, been another Enoch puppet, mate. Yeah, that's right. It is. I mean, how you guys all feeling about Sunday? I mean, I'm dreading it. I really am dreading it. I mean, everything has. I mean, I knew things weren't going to be great this season, but they've gone wrong a lot quicker than I thought. I mean, it started to fall apart last season, didn't it? After them 10 games and that Chelsea match. And it's funny that now we got that Chelsea match again. Funny timing. Last season, that was a catalyst for us to kind of lose the plot a bit. Wonder what it's going to be on Sunday. Pressure's on, eh? Mark, I had my old man go up to Bournemouth. He reckons a lot of the fans are out for blood now, which is understandable. Yeah, I saw a video. Don't know if you guys saw it today. The fans fighting, Levy and Levy out people fighting. I don't know who's fighting for the Levy in cause. I mean, that's a joke, isn't it? No, surely no fan is supporting Levy. I mean, I don't know anybody, even the people who want to keep Ange, keep the manager and not change. Even those people, they want Levy out. I just find that very strange. Who actually wants Levy in? I've never heard anyone say it. It's very strange. Finn says Chelsea's midfield and forward line will be way more powerful and skillful and will expose these tactics. 100%. 100%. They're in good form, Chelsea, at the moment. I mean, I was looking at their results the other day and they're on some form. Look, they're scoring goals, very confident. I just can't see what we're going to do. Like that performance yesterday against Bournemouth, it was just toothless, wasn't it? I know we had all the possession, but like when it got to the final third, we had no cutting edge. None of our players really stepped up and tried to take control of the game. It was just rubbish, wasn't it? And Bournemouth thoroughly deserved that victory. I just thought they just wanted it more. They just just winning the 50-50s, closing us down. Hungry. We were just. I just predicted that result. To be honest, everybody, I knew we weren't going to win that game. I just didn't see how we would. Just how even the inconsistencies. I mean, look, it's just so disappointing, isn't it? Really is. Really disappointing. What you say, Finn? That there's still some, unfortunately. Yeah, there is. I don't know anything though. I'm not spoken to any or heard anyone really. I mean, you do get the people, I guess, say like, "Oh, look what Levy's done." Look at the stadium. Look where what he's done for us as a club, and but it's all a load of rubbish, really. We all know that this board They're on a money-saving exercise, cutting the wage bill. That's their plan. That's clear. Everybody knows that. They don't want to pay the wages. We can't really ever sign any real top players because we just don't pay the wages. We just signed a load of youngsters in the summer, and it's just not good enough. I don't know. Look, I'm just so frustrated being a Spurs fan for so many years, and it's just the same old story year in, year out. Now, obviously, I'm not, you guys know I'm not happy with Ange. He's just such a stubborn manager, won't adapt. It doesn't make any sense why he would persist to play his same style of play. I mean, I understand. I don't, saying that he has to get rid of the style altogether, but there's certain games and certain moments in games where you have to adjust to the opposition, and he just refuses to do it. I think the players are starting to not believe in him, and it's showing in the performances as well. There's just no cohesion at the moment. There's no passion. And that Manchester City result the other week, I think that was just a bit of a freak result, really. I mean, we did play really well that game. Everything worked for us that game, everything we did. But, it was just another false storm because since then, let's think of the results now. We drew to Roma, we drew to Fulham, and now we've lost to Bournemouth. And we've got another defeat on Sunday against Chelsea. And I just hate it. I hate losing to Chelsea, and I just dreading that game. I mean, it's just going to get so toxic in that stadium, isn't it? On Sunday, the whole fan base is going to go on a massive meltdown, especially if we get beaten badly. Guys, do you think that any of these players, just let me know, are going to have the pride when they step out on that pitch on Sunday, even though the Ange's tactics are rubbish, even though they probably don't believe in Ange anymore? Do you think they'll actually have the pride to step on that pitch and put in a performance? You just have to hope and pray. Finn, Levy has ripped the heart and soul out of the club. He has, man. He has. And it doesn't look like he's leaving anytime soon. I just hope that something happens amongst the fans, that they come together at some way. There's a lot of talk about boycotting the game tomorrow. I think some will boycott it, but I don't think there'll be enough to really hit Levy. Just hope that they start singing Levy out in the stadium on Sunday. And as soon as we start losing, two goals down or whatever, they'll be jumping on us. The fans will be jumping on Levy, and the pressure's on. I mean, guys, what do you think of what happened to Ange yesterday when he got that abuse? I mean, look, it wasn't nice to see that. Even though I don't rate him as a manager, and I think he's just really naive. I mean, it's not nice to get in that level of abuse. Some people say he's deserved it, but look, not for me. Obviously, voice your opinion, but the abuse there, I mean, it wasn't nice, was it? And I just, it made me feel a bit, I don't know, a bit funny, really, seeing that. Felt a little bit sorry for him in a way. But then if you think about it, he hasn't helped himself at all, has he? He's just completely, he's just not doing anything, this guy, is he, really? Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, just going back to just being a Spurs fan, it's year in, year out. It's getting to the point now where I'm kind of switching off. I don't get too upset. Look, I'll come onto YouTube and have a little rant and after, a little after video about the game, but I, I just don't care. I really don't care, and I understand why other fans are feeling like that. Like they're just numb to it now. It's just rinse and repeat. If Ange gets the sack, then we get another manager. Who's that going to be? Who's that manager going to come in? Who knows? But at least it will give us a little bit of something to get behind for the rest of the season. Just hope Ange leaves sooner rather than later. But there's people who think that Ange might get a result because that's what we do, win one, lose one. He might pull out the bag somehow. Chelsea might have a bit of an off game. We might get a bit lucky. We might get a win, and then Ange will keep going. But the best thing is for Ange to leave ASAP and get a decent manager in, and who can just steady the ship, a sensible manager, somebody who can set us up, stop inverting the fullbacks, stop, just sit back some games, we definitely need a defensive midfielder, don't we? Really clearly we do. Let's have a look. Have another comment here. Ethelstan, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us in this late hour. So let's see what you have to say. Levy never prioritised success for the football team and for the fans. Sacking Jose before LC final in 2001 was proof of this. Should have removed any doubters back then. Oh yeah, look, man, that was a shocking decision, wasn't it? Sacking him before that cup game. It was just, yeah, we had no chance when Mason took over that game for the rest of the season. It was, yeah, it's just so many things, guys. Look, we could talk about it for hours about what Levy's done wrong managing this club, and he's got away with it, and it's just so surprising that not enough fans do anything about it. Like, people pay a lot of money for them season tickets, and they're happy to put up with this mediocre rubbish season in, season out. What is it going to take for fans to kind of do something about it? I don't know. Maybe we need to get relegated or something. Maybe we need to be in a relegation battle. Big up, Mark. We're at the stage down where fans just want entertaining football and trophies are secondary. That's your opinion. Look, I think it is, Mark, that because I think a lot of fans also just accept that Spurs are never going to really do anything. So they just think, okay, at least we got some entertaining football. I think a lot of fans just have given up. They've accepted failure, and that's up to them, isn't it? So the entertaining football is what's keeping them going. But you know, as Ange said a couple of press conferences ago, especially after the Roma game, that entertaining football is what we're here for. That's what Ange said, and that's all what matters. But the last two games, I haven't been entertained. Don't know about anybody else. Let's have a look. We are Spurs TV. Big up. I hope you're good. Ethelstan. So any pro-Levy fans must therefore need a brain transplant. I don't know, man. I don't know any. Do you? Do you? I don't know any myself. There is a couple in the WhatsApp groups I'm in that kind of praise Levy a bit much, but I don't think they're Levy and surely. Let's have a look. We are Spurs TV. If you go and look at the comment section under Chris Cowling's upload of Anne's press conference, it's scary how many want him still in. Yeah, look, a lot of fans who follow Chris and like We Are Tottenham TV, they are very positive fans. They are behind the manager. You know, everybody saw the show the other night with Sava, not night, in the daytime. When was it now? Tuesday, when Sava went on with Ben and Sim and Arian. And if you just watch the chat, it was, you know, Sava was getting a lot of abuse because he said Ange is not good enough. So there is a massive section of this fan base who are supportive of the manager still. They don't, you know, so this is the problem, isn't it? But surely them, after yesterday, some of them must have been turning, because there are some people who have, I know, who have been back in Ange now are starting to turn now and start to get sick of it and actually realise that it's not going anywhere. And if the players are giving up playing for their manager, then it's only going to end one way. It's very toxic after the game yesterday. It was toxic the other week. Remember that guy was shouting at Ange when he was walking out the tunnel. So it's been brewing. It's been brewing for weeks now. We are Spurs TV. I feel like UK fans with full-time jobs will never protest, and tourist fans will never protest. Yeah, look, I don't know. I can't answer for everybody why they won't. Some people find protesting scary. I've protested myself, not football, but other things, and they can be done safely if set up right. I don't know the reason why. They have to answer that. And I will push this out on my channel about protesting, and don't be scared of it. And the more numbers, the better. We've got to get everybody involved. Keep getting the message out there that this board, they need to leave. They need to seriously change their attitude towards managing this football club. Put the football first on the pitch before everything else. Concert NFL, building flats, go-kart tracks, all that. That, you know, just stop. Just put the focus on the football pitch and make us a successful team. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen under Levy. It's just not. Evening, psycho teacher. Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for joining us in this late hour. We are Spurs TV. They just want a good afternoon out. And look, some fans do, like some people go to football. They meet up with their mates. They just have a few beers, have a burger, have a bit of a social, watch a bit of football, and go home. Some fans are just not that deep. I know so many who are serious, passionate fans who want the best. I'm sure you guys in the chat here feel the same. We want to win. It's just so embarrassing, isn't it? Like supporting Spurs, like we're just like, if you talk to any rival fan, they just take the piss out of us, don't they? Like, you know, and this is why you can't get carried away after beating City, because you just know what's going to happen next, and you're just going to lose, wasn't it? Wasn't it Ipswich after the City game that we lost? I don't know, I'm losing track of it now. It's just terrible, terrible at the moment being a Spurs fan, and just like you just have got no. I just don't know what to do. I just don't know where to kind of vent my kind of frustrations to, and I feel myself getting very like I don't know what the word is now. Like if I read anything towards Ange, keeping Ange, or people dismissing the Ange outers, it just kind of, it does wind me up a bit, and I do want to bite back, but I have to hold myself back a bit sometimes, because it's just their opinion at the end of the day. Surely there's hardly anyone who still thinks Ange is going to be a success, surely. But as you said, and there's a comment earlier, that they are still behind Ange because they're going to that whole thing. What's the point changing another manager? I get that, but I do think there's all to play for this season. If you just get a sensible manager in, sets us up better, plays players in the right position, gets, stop the inverted fullbacks, play the fullbacks in, just keeping them out on the touchline. We could maybe do like a 3-2, so what's it? Three at the back and wing backs, three in the middle, two up top, like under Conte, and maybe we'll get better out of Porro and a doggy. Maybe we will. Maybe a manager can come in and do that. I don't know. Let's have a look at some of these comments. Got 19 people watching. Thank you for joining us all. We are Spurs TV. I meant to write corporate, not full-time. Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah, people just going for the prawn sandwiches and all of that. Where's We Are Tottenham TV? I can't see them on the chat now. We Are Tottenham TV. Don't know. They're not here. It's We Are Spurs TV here. I don't think they're the same channel. Brian Daigle said there were fights in the grounds in the tiers. Yeah, there was fights. I saw a video today of the fans fighting when they were leaving the stadium. Not good. Not good. Fans in fighting now. Let's have a look. Go through some of these comments. I like comments. I'll look who's joined me. Ethelstan, I can't see We Are Spurs TV. Where are their comments on here? Invisible. No, they wouldn't be jumping onto my little channel. No, not yet. Sava, protest against owners who have built a 4 billion business. We need to wake up. They told us what they were going to do. It's about making money. So why would they sell now? Yeah, they won't. That's the problem, Sava, isn't it? There's just no inkling that they're going to be selling anytime soon. But you have to hope, man. Like we need them to leave, because look, I want to win something in my lifetime, and we're not doing it under Levy. Not at the moment. It's been what, one trophy in 16, 17 years, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, unless we get a decent manager in who manages to get us through somehow. But he will just never be backed, will he, under this leadership? Big up, Toxic Headshot. How you doing? Hope you're good. Full stand. The Spurs down the list. Surely, Dan, Tottenham are too expensive in ticket prices for it to be just a social. People got money, man. They got money. They go. I don't think they will sell, Sava. No, they won't sell. They won't sell. Why would they? They're making, unless there's a full-blown riots, massive protests every game. then they're not going to do anything until then, or even think of changing or approaching managing the club any differently, unless something drastic happens where we kind of get close to a relegation fight, or I don't know, man. It's just a never-ending cycle. It's just a nightmare. Psycho teacher, Spurs are becoming a sort of a legend in world football. Negativity. We are. We're just useless, aren't we? We're just such a disappointing team. We're just going nowhere, season in, season out. You know, this transfer window for me was just a nail in the coffin going into this season. It was so bad, so bad, that transfer window. But a lot of people thought it was good. You know, Project Youth. You know, Gray and Burville, they're ready to come into this team. We got Jed Spence. You know, look, Solanke, you know, he got 19 goals for Bournemouth last year. Yeah, he's the player we need. He's a good presser. He's hard-working forward. It's not working out, is it? Let's be honest. Solanke is not working out. He's not getting enough goals. He's not getting in the box to convert. We're not creating quality chances as well. Our wingers are not good enough. Son is just not performing at the moment. Johnson, you know, he does get goals, but he doesn't offer much else for the rest of the game. Timo Werner, just not good enough. You can go on and on and on. Richarlison always injured. We haven't got a defensive midfielder. We've got nobody who can control matches. Most of our players are so inconsistent themselves. You know, players like Bentancur, Basuma. I mean, but Bentancur was doing okay before his suspension. But for me, they don't put in top performances week in, week out. They're inconsistent themselves, as long as alongside the team. I feel exactly the same way. Yeah, I get that, man. We are Spurs TV. I don't get that because Chelsea changed and changed, and now they've found a good one. Look, but then also with Chelsea, they invest as well, don't they? They keep spending money until they get it right, keep changing managers until they get it right. I mean, it's different now. Under Abramovich, they were just so successful because their chairman was ruthless. As soon as there any sign of the team dropping off in kind of form, or motivation, they would just change the manager, get another top manager in, keep spending the money, and they kept on getting success. Obviously, with Todd Bowley, it's a bit of a different approach now. We'll have to see how that works out. But like we were talking on the show the other night, that they are investing in a lot of young players. Yes, they've got to spend the money, but they are building. They've got two teams, haven't they? Basically, they've got two teams. They've got a manager who's come in there, who's playing, he's setting them out well, and slowly, gradually throughout the season, they're getting better. And Sunday is just going to be an extremely tough fixture. It really is. We're not in form, and Chelsea are, and I just really worry, really worry on Sunday. I don't get that because okay, I just read that one out. Let me keep up. Sava, our number six. Yeah, Sava's been going on about number six as well, I think. Same as myself. Toxic headshot. This is opportunity to change the manager and progress. Yeah, look, that's what I want. I want to get another manager in ASAP. I hope they make a good choice, but even that's not guaranteed. Um, just somebody who could just set this team up. Just go back to basics. Defend, play the fullbacks in their fullback position, stop inverting. I don't know. Look, surely there's somebody out there who can do that for us. Surely, I don't know who though. What does everybody think? Who would you like to come in? Sava, they're not selling until they want to. A few thousand protesting won't do a thing. We need to stop pretending this is about football for them. Yeah, man, I get you, man. I do get you. A few thousand protesting won't do a thing. Look, I don't know what people can do though. You know what can we as fans do now? I mean, obviously, like myself, I don't go to the games. I don't spend any money on the club at the moment. That's what I'm doing. It's sad because I've missed going to the games, but I'm not doing that. What are you saying, Sava? What could people do? Just kind of boycott more? But they've got like a big waiting list for season tickets, haven't they, as well? So even if people give them up, there's always someone else to come in to replace it. It's just a real difficult one, and I think all we can really do as fans right now is focus on the team as it is. Hopefully, get a change of manager, get behind that, and have some progression this season. So read out some comments. We are Spurs TV. I'm not associated with them at all. Yeah, don't blame me, man. And I asked them if I could use the name I'm using now, and they didn't have an issue with it. In case anyone's wondering, oh, you're talking about We Are Tottenham TV. Evening, Fran. I hope you're keeping well. Lose on Sunday, and with other results going certain ways, we could be 14th. Oh dear, really? Let me look at that table. 14th. Oh, I knew it was bad. Didn't know it was that bad. Let's have a little look. Let's get the table up now. So we're currently sitting 10th in the league. We're on 20 points. Yeah, we can't go any lower than 13th because West Ham are on 15. But if Man U, Newcastle, and Brentford all win all, they don't even all have to win. Brentford on, they just could get a draw, or Newcastle will go above us. Man U get a win, then they'll go above us. So yeah, we could drop down to 13th. Surely that is a sign there itself that Ange has got to go. He's got to leave. He's got to be let go. I'm sure they are probably looking, maybe starting the conversations with managers behind the scene. Seeing who's out there, who can come in, because it does look like it's going that way. I'm sure there's people on the case right now. Ethelstan, I recall a mediocre season we had back in 1980s. Chris Waddle's first season with us, we finished 10th, but we had a better goal difference to Sheffield Wednesday, who finished 5th. Look, that's a bit far for me, man. That was the year I was born, so I don't remember that one, but interesting there. Watching Chris Waddle, what a player. Sava, Dan, I reckon we should build a new club like Southampton, MK Donstead. That's a good idea, man. You know that. That is a good idea. I like that. Yeah, start a new club all together in Tottenham. That's funny. I like that, Sava. Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, brilliant. That's all we can do until Levy goes, and he's just not going to sell up anytime soon, is he? Greg B. Evening, Greg. Hope you're good. Happy Club has struggled to understand that Levy and Ange are separate problems. I would still want Ange to clear off, even if Enoch sold up tomorrow. Ange is a joke. He is. He's just tactically rubbish, isn't he? He is. He's just. I mean, we've been saying it all season. I've been calling him out so many times after matches. It's just obvious to see that it's just not working. The system's not working. You can't sustain these results. We're only going one way. And for the fans who still think he's the man, gosh, I don't know. I don't know what they're watching. I really don't. What changes would you have made yesterday, Dan? I mean, I don't know. We just weren't up for it, were we? I don't know what else Ange could have done yesterday. I mean, I haven't watched the game back. I haven't gone in and looked at the kind of tactical setup of the game, average positions to kind of give me were we playing a high line? I think we were. We got caught out so many times trying to pass out from the back. Look, I said for that Bournemouth game, I said that we were best off sitting back and soaking the pressure up and catching them on the counter, because their manager Areola, he was speaking about how Bournemouth have been getting on this season. And Areola said that they have really struggled to beat teams that sit back, and they're much better playing against teams who are more open. So obviously Ange must know this, or somebody in the club must know this and tell him that, that is the game plan against Bournemouth. But did we do that? No, we didn't. We just went out our normal game, and but even our normal game was rubbish. We just got into the final third so many times. Solanke had a chance, blazed over the bar. We just were off it. What's happened to Kulu the last couple of games? I know he didn't play the game before, but where was he? We need him. Maddison, was it the inverting fullbacks again, getting him their way? I need to go and have a look at it. I'll probably will over the weekend and look at the positions of the players that game. But it's just so predictable. So yeah, when you ask the question, what would I have done? I mean, I would have just set up that team differently from the start. I don't know why he was playing Gray at right back. Spence was there. Should have played Spence. You know, could have given Doggy a rest. He's got regular on there. Could have done something different. But because it was just a rubbish performance, let's be honest, it's absolutely rubbish. Evening Cam. Ange wasn't a joke 16 days ago. The same Man City was Spurs' best game since the EPLF. Oh, hi Cam. So we've got an Ange supporter in the chat, which is great. It's great to get that view in. Majority of people in the chat so far are like Ange out, like myself. I'm Ange out, and this is the thing, Cam. How can we play so well in that one match? For me now, after I've seen the last few games, that was just an anomaly. It was just a one-off because look at the game since. You know, we couldn't beat Roma, an underperforming Roma team. We couldn't beat Fulham at home, and then we're going to lose to Bournemouth. So what's the point of beating Man City if you're going to drop them points in them games? Um, and throughout the season, it's just not that Man City game, Cam. It's just the inconsistent results week in, week out. Win one week, lose the next, refusing to adapt in certain fixtures to get us results, get us points. Because we've dropped so many points this season. I feel that there were games there we could have won and definitely not lost, and we should be a lot higher in that table. And I have to put it down to Ange. And then if you've seen and you've been watching Spurs the last few weeks, the players are not turning up in games. They're not turning up. They're not performing. And why is that? And for me, that always comes back down to the manager. Toxic headshot. Build a new stadium on the training ground complex. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Sava, most clubs are just football. That's where the revenue stream is. Our revenue streams are football, boxing, concert, FSL, go-karts, hotels. So why do fan football is what they care for. Yeah, so it's like it's become an entertaining business now, hasn't it? This is the problem. But all this money it's making, guys, you know, where is it all going? Where is this money going? Because it's not going in the transfers, is it? It's not going on wages, which is what I thought they were building this new stadium for was for the wages, you know, for to buy the bigger players and compete with the top teams. It's just all lies, isn't it? It's just all lies. Nice cup of coffee. Let's see what other comments here. Ethelstan, I'm disappointed with Solanke. He might have some good touches, but he's been brought in at a high price to replace Kane. Simple. Yeah, he's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. Like I was hearing today, listening to some streams that people saying, like, you know, we don't set him up enough. You know, we don't play to his strengths. Look, he's got to do better. He's got to get in the box. He had a couple of chances yesterday. He's got to put them away. I don't know, man. It's 65 million. Obviously, we paid extra because he's English. He's just not done it for me. I'm just not impressed. We could have signed so much better. Oh, Cam is here. Oh, you know him, Sava. Don't know Cam myself. Just seeing MK Dongs in league tables looks salient. Oh dear. It's Cam and Sava having a little chat. What's going on here? Real Cam, not seen you about lately. I'll be a fantastic holding midfielder. Someone let Ange know he needs a number 6. You're up for jumping into the team, Sava. We need somebody. Need someone to protect that high line. The game started at 4 a.m. Can't be around at that time. So I guess you're abroad somewhere, man. Where are you from, Cam? Where are you from? We are Spurs TV. Share this channel and like it. It helps out a few Spurs YouTube creators. Thank you, man. Cam, where do you live? Perth, Western Australia. Yeah, lovely part of the world, Cam, man. I went to Australia many years ago, probably about 20 years. I didn't actually go to Perth, though. Went quite a few places, and yeah, I've got to go back one day. Probably won't be till now I retire, but yeah, like beautiful country, Australia. I had such a good time there. Yeah, and I must go back. Toxic headshot. I see a report that Daniel Levy is not panicking at the moment. It's all up to the fans now. Yeah, well, look, he's committed to Ange, isn't he? So I don't know, man. The results will be the results as soon as we're too far away from them Champions League spots. Because at the moment, if I look at the table, we're only 6 points from Man City in fourth. So he's probably thinking that Ange may be able to turn it around. He's going to wait a little bit, see what happens in the next few games. We're not getting many points though. If you look at our fixtures coming up, possibly Southampton away, maybe we could pick up something there. I have no confidence on Sunday. The game after that is the Rangers game, isn't it? Got Rangers in Europa away from home, which again, the way we're playing, probably end up losing that and then struggling to get out of that qualification for the Europa League. And then we have, after that, let me get the fixtures up so I just make sure I get this right. Matches. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so we got Chelsea, Rangers, Southampton. Yeah, so possibly we could pick up something then, but I'm not confident in any game at the moment. And then we got that big quarter-final match against Man United on the Thursday night. After that, Liverpool at home. The way Liverpool are playing, it'll be easy work for them. And then on Boxing Day, we've got Nottingham Forest at home. Nottingham Forest away. Nottingham Forest have dropped off a little bit in the last few weeks. They've got a few defeats. They've had some tough games. Let's catch up with the chat. Big up, Tommy. Hope you're good, man. I've seen governments overthrown because of protests. That's the fighting spirit, Tommy. Fighting spirit. We need to protest. Look, if you don't do it, you don't know, but it's got to be big numbers, thousands and thousands for it to be noticed. It's all too late to hope that would be a boycott. Too many mugs queuing up. Fair enough. A lot of people spend a lot of money to go to the stadium. So expensive. And this is another thing as well. The bloody season tickets, isn't it? Like we charged, I think it's the most expensive in the league, and we're offering up this rubbish. Got a bloody cheek, haven't they? Sava, I don't think there's anything that can be done. The juggernaut is unstoppable. Does that mean Sava? Does that mean in Levy? I think you're saying that. Levy out stickers all over the stadium might have an impact if it's accompanied by loud chants. We'll see on Sunday if we start going 2-3 goals down, it will start getting toxic in the stadium, and Levy out will be crying. Tommy, our club is one big illusion. We look serious but never are. Look, yeah, from the outside, you look at that spaceship landed in Tottenham and you think, wow, look at this massive stadium, state of the art, over 60,000 seats. But we just don't have the team to match the stadium. And there was that thing yesterday, weren't it, on the programme? Was it Ben Davies, Foster? It was the other player? Surely it weren't Werner, was it? It just sums it up. We're just no good. We just don't sign top players. We do have some good players, but we got no one really special, have we really? Got no, like some of the old days we had some cracking players. Unless we make it peacefully uncomfortable for Daniel on the streets. Dear, all this is just crazy, isn't it? Just all crazy. If all fans wore Levy out shirts, it would have a big impact. And Spurs fans print them, they could give some of the profits to the seniors and get their consistent cut. I like it. I like the idea, but unfortunately, it's just really difficult to do that. If the shirts were black with white print, it would stand out. They surely would. So I heard McKenna is on the short list. Yeah, look, anyone really, wouldn't it? We'll get anyone in. McKenna managed to set his team up right against us, didn't he, and got the win. Serious question. I'm 30 now. You think we can nick an FA Cup in our lifetime? Each year goes by, the harder I feel it's going to get for us to win. I do feel like that. It's when was the last final we were in? It was under Mourinho, wasn't it? Well, not Mourinho, under Mason. That was a few years ago now. I just can't see us winning anything really. Obviously, you could get lucky, you could get some good draws and luck at the cup or whatever, but I just don't see us going anywhere. I just can't see us winning any cup right now. It's really depressing, isn't it? It really is. And Tommy, I hope we do, man. I really do. I hope we win something. But there's just so many problems, so many things wrong. The squad, the managers not working out, the board. There's just too many problems. The fans are a problem. Fans who don't do anything about it, who just keep going to the matches week in, week out and accepting this mediocrity. Getting lots of comments tonight. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us in this late hour. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And should really have stayed longer in Scotland and learned his craft, and then come down and joined a championship club. Same as Gerrard. Look, it's no one's offered Ange a job until now, isn't it? Just makes you think that why didn't any other kind of top a club in a top league offer Ange the job if he was just so great? For me, I'm just fed up with Ange and his stubbornness. Look, I don't know if you guys saw his press conference today. He was fighting, wasn't he? He's fighting to turn this round. It was fighting talk. Yeah, we'll see. Pull your finger out, Ange, get us some wins, and we'll see. But I just don't think we're going to. Why don't we cross the ball? We have Porro and Kulu, Madison and Slanky, and Header surely can change it up. Yeah, we can. There's so many things a manager can do with his team to get them more out of them, which is so predictable. Just very boring, aren't we? Boring to watch. We are level in mediocrity with Brentford, but at least Brentford can say it's a worthy position in the table. Look, Brentford, they don't have the budget of Spurs, yeah? They lose their top players every season, but they're still performing. They're still going to teams and getting results. And that's where we are at the moment. If I look at that table, where Brentford, I think they're above us or they below us, just a point or joint points. Yeah, they're joint points with us. So, imagine if someone like Thomas Frank came in with our players, and the investment we do have, even though we do spend poorly. So think what he could do with this team. I think he could do well, especially a lot better than Ange. Look at Brentford. Brentford have got exactly the same record as us: 6 wins, 2 draws, 6 defeats. They've scored a lot of goals, 27 goals, 1 less than us. They conceded a bit more though, 26 conceded. They're in inconsistent form as well. The last 5 games, defeat, a win, a draw, a win, a defeat. Inconsistent like us, but they're still mid-table. They're still around the area, and with the squad they got, they probably got injuries as well. That's good for Brentford. That is good, and he just keeps him around that position every season, doesn't he, Frank? It really does. He will probably move on at some point. Someone will take him and give him a chance. Let Redknapp manage to the end of the season. He can get the best out of this squad. Big up, Anuin. Yeah, of course. I just don't think he. I think he's not going to manage anymore. But it'd be great if he could come back. Wouldn't that be fun? It'd be lots of fun. That would. I agree. Free Spence. It was piss poor. Yeah, Porro's tired. The doggy's tired. It's just they're playing this inverted fullbacks up and down the whole match. They're tired. They need to rest up. Ange just needs to sit back sometimes in games. Especially when we've got all these games in a row, he's got to sit back more often and just soak it up in games, or have periods of pressing, but not the whole game. Just choose your moments. You know, we can be good on the counter attack if we get it right. If teams are coming at us, there is space in behind if we can play the right pass. Madison just wasn't great the other night, was he? Kulu, what's going on there? You know, why are they underperforming so badly? And I just have to put it back down to Ange again. Big up, George. Hope you're a good man. Thanks for joining us this late hour. How are you feeling about it all? Fed up like us? The Man City game was a fluke. They were on bad form. Yeah, look, and there is that, isn't there? Like they'd lost 4 in a row. You know, we always do well against City. And yeah, look, we did play well that game. You can't deny it. Yeah, it was a good performance, but it wasn't our true who we are this season, is it? We're just inconsistent. Win one week, lose the next. You know, just don't change it up enough. And that's right, Cam. We have played a lot of games in 4 games, and we have got injuries. But for me, so then Cam, why doesn't Ange adjust and just approach games differently? Maybe play players like Spence, who must be raring to go. He's hardly played this season, Spence. You know, you never know. He could have created something for us on the right, got up and down that pitch. He's got some pace on him, but we'll just never know. We'll just never know. Players like Gray, why don't you give him a go in midfield? That's why we signed him. Put him in midfield alongside a Basuma, 2 in front of the defence. You know, just play differently. You know, either play Kulu or Madison up top, you know, behind the striker. I don't know. There's so many options Ange has. So many different things he could do, but he just refuses. He's just so stubborn. I don't understand why he wouldn't help himself. I mean, we've got a good enough squad to beat mid-table teams. The tactics aren't working. 100%, 100%. The tactics are failing. Sava, City is our only win in 6 games. Yeah, that's what I thought when I was did a little match reaction yesterday. I thought it was that 1 win in 6. It's just not good enough. Cam and the Ange fans can't see past that 1 game. Surely they must be now. But no, but after what I've heard throughout the day, that yeah, they're still very much behind, and they're looking to all sorts of reasons why it's failing at Spurs. You know, pointing it so many different directions. It's clear. Look at the results. Look at the performances. Look at the statistics. Just look at the whole atmosphere around Ange. The way the players are not performing. Ange's attitude. It's Ange. It's just not working. Just let him go and get somebody else in ASAP. We need Spurs fans and not manager fans. Yeah, we do, man. We do. Totally agree with you, man. Let Redknapp manage until the end of the season. He's agreeing. So, have lots of other teams, Cam. We knew the schedule would be hectic, and we have 3 months in the summer to prepare. Look, again, this the whole squad planning, wasn't it? It's just been rubbish. We let a lot of players go. We lost a bit of experience, and then we just signed kids. And even this Wilson guy, really uninspiring, isn't it? Like, where did that come from? I mean, we have hardly seen him. I know he's been injured. It wasn't actually like fantastic for Burnley last year. I don't think he scored many. It's just another punt, isn't it? Really, from the board. And it's just not good enough. The squad, yeah, it was a failure, but that's still for me. And still needs to do better. We still got a group of players there where he can get more out of. So yeah, I get the summer transfer window thing, and yeah, of course we could have done so much better, but I still think there's enough there. We had Madison there playing last night. Son came on. You know, Basuma was playing. Saar, Kulusevski. You know, we still had enough there to beat Bournemouth. Surely, guys. Surely. Levy isn't going anywhere. It will always be the manager. Yeah, it's just easy for them, isn't Levy? Just get rid of another manager. I don't know how many he's gone through now. Losing track. Guys, what's all your predictions for the weekend? What do you reckon? Do you think we're going to get thrashed? What sort of game is it going to be? People, let us know in your comments. Ange said he was happy with the window he did. don't know. He's building a project. He was going on about that today, wasn't it? We're building. It takes time to build. He's now fallen back on that excuse. A few weeks ago, he says we're going for the league. Ange, don't know what you want, mate. What are you saying? Can't argue we don't have the squad depth. No, we don't. Cam, have you ever been critical of Ange ever? Don't know, Cam, have you? Surely you have to now. Psycho teacher, the actual big money is going to Bahamas, yeah, and that yacht. They got so much money, Spurs, so much money, and they're just making out they can't spend it. I don't know, man. It's just pathetic. It's just so annoying. I've never been critical of Ange ever. He just probably just never going to be critical of you, Cam. You just don't know what it is with him. What's the loving with him, Cam? Yeah, tell us. I don't know. Sexy Cam, you have no objectivity. George, if we give this game time, what do we do if we end up bottom 6? It's something we don't want to see. Look, we could easily fall into that kind of relegation battle if we're not careful. So look, if we do keep losing, he will get sacked. Levy will sack him. It's not acceptable. One win in 6. I can't see us winning again. So that's 1 in 7 against Chelsea. He might have a lifeline against Southampton, but we lose that Europa League game away to Rangers, and then we're dropping down that Europa League table. You know, everybody will be screaming for Ange to leave. You need to get someone in there to kind of pick us back up, get our season back going again. If your opinions are based on facts and not feelings, there's no way you can want Ange to stay. Yeah, you can. It's just this whole thing. A lot of fans and, you know, people I speak to, they just don't want to sack another manager. They don't want another manager coming in, having to buy new players, going through the same cycle. They point towards look at Klopp and look at Arteta and look at this and this manager and that manager. You know, they try and compare the two. But no, not for me. Not for me. George, well done, Dan. Well done, Dan. You're up to 6,365 subs. Thanks, George, man. Yeah, slowly getting there, man. Keep going, keep at it, keep it coming. We've got the Beyond the Lane shows keep coming up. We've got some great guests lined up until the new year. Try to get so many different people on. It's really fun. Just enjoying it. Looking forward to it. It's just such a shame that every show is just so depressing, though, isn't it? Really, just talking about how bad we are. You know, it's very fair that we actually talk on the show that we've had a good win, a good solid performance, or have a show where we've actually got 2 or 3 wins in a row. You know, to kind of be a bit more, you know, talk a bit more, not you know, positive or be a bit more upbeat. It's always the kind of same, you know, Ange out and why is it going wrong? It's just so boring, isn't it? Like, just sack Ange, get another manager in, just lift us up as fans so we can have something to get behind. Cam, you're subscribed to Scotty's Walk about and the bearded bushranger. Oh dear. Oh dear. Or the silly swagmen. I don't know who these people are, man. I don't know. These are free good Australian YouTube outdoors creators, are they? Mate, that makes sense. I get you now. I get you. Fran, the amount of shots that opponents have is ridiculous. Bournemouth should have won by at least 4. Chelsea will get them on target. Yeah, Fran, it's really scary, isn't it? Like, I'm not looking forward to it. It's like one of those games, you know, in the past, like when it's like a London derby, even if we were like not as good as Chelsea or, you know, but just because we're just so bad at the moment, and you just look at Chelsea and it's all seemed to be working really well, you just can't see how we're going to win. But football's a funny game. It's a derby. You never know. The players might play with some pride. That's all, because Ange's tactics is not going to get us the victory. I can tell you that much. Definitely not. Cam, as you're a fan of Ange, what's your favourite part about last night's performance against Bournemouth? Yeah, Cam, what did you enjoy about it? because there was nothing to enjoy in that performance. It was rubbish. What's the point about talking about Levy? These fans don't give enough support for the protest. That's why I call them happy clappers. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But, as fans, if we're unhappy about the board, we have to do something about it. We have to take action. We can talk about it. We can say Levy out. But unless the fans do something, either kind of boycott the games, they can not buy any merchandise. There's so many things you can do. Stop putting your money into the club. But the problem is, the club's making so much money. I don't think it's really going to hit them in the pocket. And then there's our fans, as we were discussing earlier in the stream, that they're just happy to go and watch a game of football, see their mates, have a beer and a burger. If Spurs don't do great, they're like, who cares? It's just a day out for them. And there is a lot of that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's how they see football. But there is a massive support of Spurs fans who want us to win. And I think there is enough to do something about it. But I don't know when that's going to happen. If it's going to happen, even if it would work, as Safa and a couple of others said earlier in the chat, will this protest actually do anything? You look at other clubs like Man U, when they had a big protest, it got really, really bad, and the club did start making changes. So protests can work, but Levy, as he keeps going on, he's got thick skin, and he's still there now, isn't he? And it doesn't look like he's leaving anytime soon. So there's Cam is getting it a lot in the chat. Yeah, I get that, Cam. I just can't see why you're still behind Ange. Surely, man, you must be seeing this is just not working. In 2020, the French people got a tax rescinded with protests. Yeah, like it can work. Protests, they can. And the only reasonable price products in the stadium is the beer. Better price than some of the pubs in the area. Still a stitch up though. Yeah, yeah. My brother, when he went to the game, he said the beer was reasonable. Still, the bloody tickets to watch the game are not. They're so expensive. Hey, Yuzo. Evening. How you doing, man? How are you, Werner? Hi, Sue. How are you? Good evening. Hope you're well. Ange out, Lenik out. That's it. Well, get out of the club. Two people saying hi. Hi, Cam. My favourite part of the Bournemouth game was Ange thanking the Spurs fans for making it effort to travel. And look what happened, Cam. We got a hell of a lot of abuse. It was horrible, weren't it? Absolutely horrible. Oh, cringy. That was really cringy when I watched that video. Really, really cringy. I'm surprised Newcastle are below us in the league. Where are Newcastle? Joint points with us. Who have they got at the weekend? Let's have a look at the fixtures. Let's look at this fixtures coming up this Premier League weekend. We're not playing late until Sunday at 4:30. Last game of the weekend. Let's have a look. See who they're playing. Fixtures this weekend. We got Everton versus Liverpool. Everton. Can't see them doing anything there, to be honest. They did get a win, though. Beating Wolves in the week. Aston Villa, Southampton. I see 3 points for Villa there. Brentford, Newcastle. Yeah, so Newcastle going to Brentford. Brentford normally quite good at home. That's kind of why they're in mid-table. They're not being good away, Brentford. A hard one to call that. Newcastle played quite well, didn't they, though, against the Liverpool game? Liverpool. Did you guys watch it? Yeah, they done really well against Liverpool. So Newcastle just not been on it this season. Well, I don't know why. Maybe just not enough investment in the summer. Injuries. Yeah, they need to find some form. They're not even in Europe, I don't think. Tommy went to go and see Villa versus Spurs in my whole section 113 None of them supported Spurs. They just wanted to see the stadium. Levy has the fan base he wants. Went to see Villa versus Spurs, yeah. Look, everybody who comes to that stadium, you know, rival fans, all sorts of people, they're always loving up that stadium. What a great stadium. It's just shame we ain't got a good team to play in it. Some funny jokes going on in the chat. Sue, players just aren't having Ange. I've seen it before and his days are numbered. Look, you're right. They're not turning up, are they? You know, even against that game against Fulham or Roma, particularly that Fulham match. You know, you go and have that fantastic win against City, play in front of your home fans. You would have thought you'd build up a bit of momentum, get a good win, get the fans happy, but they just didn't turn up, did they? And Fulham did well. They caused us a lot of problems, and Silva outplayed Ange, didn't he, on the day? They did it the same last season. Went to Fulham, they battered us 3-0. So Ange doesn't learn. He just continues the same way. Yeah, just don't get it. Cam, Ange's style requires players to have a decent amount of rest between games, or a much bigger squad, or a bigger break between one season finishing and the next. Style requires players to have a decent amount of rest, a much bigger squad. But look, Cam, so there is that, but why doesn't he change up in games? Why doesn't he doesn't always have to go attack, full throttle, press? He can just manage games differently. That would help, wouldn't it? And definitely could make a few more changes. In an ideal world, Cam, of course, if you had a massive squad and you had quality in all the areas, but we just don't. Just one sec, guys. I'll be back in a second. Bear with us. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Just had to go and do something quickly. 23 people watching. Big up, everybody. Please remember to like the video. It really helps us a lot. Just have a read up a few more comments. Henry White, is Ange out again? Lee D, what are we going to do? We just can't believe this topsy-turvy form is going to be interesting to see how long. Poster, no clue. Last should be given Spence a go one way with no ideas as a manager. Big up, Lee. Hope you're well, man. Thank you for joining us in this stream tonight. Just sort my camera out. It's just not very clear. Look, it won't be long until Ange is going to get sacked. It's the writing's on the wall. It's been on the wall for a lot of this season. After Sunday, if we get thrashed, it could be it. Could be the final nail in the coffin. But then the big question is who we're going to bring in. Who we're going to get in, guys? Give us some names. Who do you want as Spurs' next manager. Hi Bella, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Ange out, Levy out. Sue. Ange needs to learn to work with the players he has. Players he chose to bring in. Yeah, he does. He needs to get more out of these players. I mean, just thinking today, I just can't see how he's going to turn this round now. I just can't see how. We're so bad. We're so easy to play against. Anybody can beat us. He's not going to change up because he said that. He said it clearly. We're just here to entertain. I have my style of play and I'm not going to change it anytime soon. Even if he's losing, he's going to keep sticking to it. So, you know, all I can see is more defeats, more drop points, slipping down that table and by the new year, we won't have much to play for. Greg B. So Ange needs to change, then doesn't he can. As none of these things exist. Man, you've got to do better than just that. Yeah, Cam, you know, you're not really saying much to, you know, why you want Ange in. It's just, there's nothing to say, is there? There's nothing you can say. It's just not working. We just got to be real. We've got to be honest. And it's okay. Just say it. You could change your mind. Bella, apparently the training is so high intensity it's affecting the players even more. Yeah, you're right, Bella. This is what I'm in hearing. We kind of know that Ange doesn't, with all these games in a short period of time, you would have thought training would be adapted, you know, for injuries and, you know, keeping the players' freshness. But if he keeps, and this is awful, isn't it? It's awful management to put your players through their intense training sessions. Ben Davies got a hamstring injury yesterday. None of it makes any sense. It's like Ange wants to fail. I don't know. It's just so bizarre. It really is. And I mean, surely people in the club must be looking at this and thinking, it's just not working. It's just not, nothing's getting better. You know, if you compare us to last season, we've gone off the boil even more than last season now. I'm sure if you look at results, I think it is getting worse. It's just noticeably getting worse. Ronnie, big up, Ronnie. Hope you're good. I'm fed up with Tottenham. Same old thing, season in season out. And this is it, Ronnie. This is why I jumped on tonight. Like, I've been hearing it all day. Everything. Read on X, YouTube, watching different channels, just all the different opinions on it. And I was just like, you know, I thought, let me just come on and have a chat with, see who's about, just get it out there. It's good. It's good just to talk it out and, yeah, it's just rubbish, man, isn't it, Ronnie? It's just so disappointing being a Spurs fan. It's the same old year in, year out. You just got no hope, and I'm just becoming numb to it all now. I just have to laugh. I just have to laugh at it now because it's just embarrassing. These performances, absolutely embarrassing. Let's have a look and see any other comments. If Ange adapted more, I'd have more patience with him and would probably give him until the end of the year. Of course, look, and this is what I've been saying, like, so obviously not now, but, you know, just start of the season, you know, we're looking at, look, can we get 2-3 wins in the Premier League together? Can we do that? But no, we couldn't do that. And it was just up and down results. And I was thinking, well, if we can do that, then I can see some progression, but I'm not seeing any progression. He's not changing anytime soon. Players are now not playing for him. The injuries are mounting up. We don't have the squad really. The young players he doesn't really trust, so you're not seeing them enough. He's not even playing them in their right positions like Gray. He's not playing players like Spence. Reguilon was put out in the cold, but now he's suddenly back in. You know, I know he's not the best left back in the world, but he can do a job from us. He's experienced. He's an experienced player. But they don't want to use him. It's just so many problems, man. So many problems. Just sick to death of it all. They folded arms poised. Ange with the same old expression is annoying fans. There's no passion there. Doesn't confer with any of his staff. Even the coaching staff, they're not very inspiring, are they? To be honest, Ryan Mason's still there, setting up that same attacking routine. Cam, if Ange gets sacked, he'll get picked up by another club, in my opinion. I don't think he'll get another Premier League job, not after what he's done at Spurs. Sue, however, when Ange goes to the board, should go with him. 20 years of abject failure. That's what I would love. I'd love the board to sell up and get out, go and make some money elsewhere. You've made enough money now, just leave, get out, sell the club, sell it to some owners who want to win. Yeah, who wants puts a football first, everything else second. We just need serious owners. Look, it doesn't always guarantee success, but at least you know that the intentions are there are to win and to keep going each season, keep investing, keep trying to improve until we get over the line. And that's what you want from owners. Levy doesn't want to win. He's not interested in winning. He doesn't care. All he is about making money, building flats, having concerts, more money, making more money. Um, we never break the wage structure to get the top players that we need. And this Ange appointment is looking like an absolute mess of an appointment, is it? They just didn't know who they wanted, and I don't think they could get their first choice in that summer window. They ended up with Ange. He's linked to Munn. All these people are linked to each other. And yeah, it's just a failure. It's an absolute failure at the moment this season. And if Ange stays, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere, and I just can't see it. Nobody can convince me otherwise that he's going to turn this round. Definitely not. Big up, Jeff. I remember people comparing Odebert to Nicole. Stop it, Jeff. No one said that, eh? Surely. What idiot said that? Oh my days. Comparing him to Nico Williams. Well, that is embarrassing of football opinion, isn't it? Like, I'm sure that they must have been having a laugh. What's a ridiculous thing to say? Comparing him to Nico Williams. Yeah, speechless. Bella with a prediction: Chelsea 5-0. It could happen. I don't think it will be that bad. I think they will win Chelsea, maybe by a couple of goals. I just think they've got better quality all over the pitch, and they are playing. They're in a good moment. It's a derby. Anything can happen. The pressure is on Ange. The cameras will be on. Everybody will be watching that game. Oh, it's going to be one of those, isn't it? It's just going to be one of those games where you don't want to watch it, but you're going to have to watch it to see what happens. And what I do want to see, whatever Ange's system and whatever Ange does, I just want the players to show some fight for the badge, beat Chelsea. Doesn't mean that I'm going to back supporting Ange. It's just that I just want us to beat Chelsea. I can't stand us losing to Chelsea. I hate it. Um, Even though I want Ange out, I don't want us to lose. I don't want us to lose to Chelsea. Definitely not. Definitely not. Is there any way we can do it? Of course there is. We've had worse teams in the past beating better teams. It can happen. It doesn't look like it will, and I wouldn't bet we would. But yeah, it's just a horrible game. I know I've said it a lot throughout this stream. I'm just dreading it, absolute dreading it. Imagine Cole Palmer tearing it up. Oh, some more predictions coming in here. Spurs 2, Chelsea 4. Ronnie, 4-0 Chelsea. Sue says I can't see him getting another Premiership job. He wouldn't, would he? Because he's just playing one way only. He's the easiest. Spurs are the easiest team to play against in the Premier League. So easy to set up against them. 4-1 Chelsea. Cam, what's your prediction, man? What do you think it's going to be on the weekend? I think Ange meant judge me at the end of my second season. Look, yeah, maybe. Who knows? We're going to get tonked. Yeah, we are. I was thinking of getting a ticket for the Chelsea match. There were plenty of sellers up because it's on Sunday. Look, there'll be loads of tickets for that game, I'm sure. Loads of tickets. Probably still got to pay a lot of money though. I'm 100% Greek and I'm critical of Ange because he deserves the criticism. He's stubborn and causes it himself. Fair enough. You know, they're big fans. There are big fans of Ange. People have been following his career from when he was in Australia and Japan. They really believe in Ange. You know, when he went to Scotland, they're not backing down. I mean, they've gone a bit quiet lately, I have to say. I haven't seen them in my reaction videos or any videos I've done. I don't know where they've gone. Maybe they're just taking stock. Maybe they're maybe questioning their own thoughts about Ange. Because I tell you what, I had some comments, and look, it's nothing against them. You know, everybody can say what they want, but they were just so convinced that Ange is the man. Look what he's done in Australia. You have to know him. You know, he's done some amazing stuff. But then you hear, I think who was I was listening to today? I think it was can't remember now. Maybe it was on Tottenham away last night. Someone said that an Australian supporter was telling someone about the mess Ange left the Australian football team in. So look, you hear so many different stories. But yeah, they're avid supporters of Ange out there, and they're never going to give up on him. You can lose the league if you drop 12 points, and we've dropped more than that. At this rate, we'll be lucky to get eighth. Where we're going now is just mid-table, not going any higher than that with this win one week, lose the next, draw. Ange has brought so much on himself, too much to say from day one, and putting enormous pressures on himself. He does, doesn't he, Sue? You know, he goes on about you know his way of playing. He normally wins in his second season. He backs himself. He wants to challenge on all four fronts this season. He's so many silly things he said, hasn't he, Sue? So many silly things that he's not focused on the defense of game. Last season, he says we don't need to practice our set pieces. We don't need to prioritize that. He just comes out with some ridiculous comments. And if I think now, like, I think this is another reason why I just can't believe in this guy. It's when he opens his mouth. And that alongside the inconsistent results, um, yeah, there's just so much wrong with this guy. It's just surely it can't be much longer until he leaves. George, Dan, the amount of chances we allow the opposition to score, if we could be, if could well be a freshen against Chelsea. How sad is it for me to predict my team to get beat like that? It is sad, but George, it's reality right now. Chelsea are playing well. They're building up some momentum. They've got goals. Look at us. We're easy to score against. Team's not playing with any confidence. Ange's not changing. Fans are getting on everyone's back. Pressure's on. It could easily be 4-0. It could be. Really could. And it's okay to say it, man. Look, we just have to be honest. We know our team. We watch them week in, week out. We can predict them. I'm predicting us not doing well. I predicted us to lose at Bournemouth. I know there's a whole thing about we can't predict results, but you know, I can predict that we're going to play the same. It's going to be no adjustments from Ange. You can predict that what the rival team's going to do against us. So there is a lot of things we can predict. Maybe not the exact result, but you know, a lot of managers work out Ange, don't they? They predict us. We're easy to play against. Big up, Ryan. Hope you're good. You're looking forward to the Spurs battering. And cheers, George. Smash the like, subscribe. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. And thanks everybody for joining me tonight for this late night stream. It's probably 20 past one. I have to be going to bed soon. If we beat Chelsea, do you really think Flange should be forgiven? No, definitely not. That's not going to do anything for me, even if we beat Chelsea. No, not getting fooled. We've already announced no money will be spent in January. Well, Ange was talking, wasn't he, at the press conference the other day, that we're looking at forwards, but who that is, don't know. He won't even probably be last to January to spend that money. And really, everybody, would you give Ange any more money for this team? I wouldn't, not with what we've signed so far under him. The final whistle will be pretty enjoyable. Looks so. What's going to happen? Like, it's just going to be an absolute mess, isn't it? Absolute mess. With the price of tickets, they need to spend money in January so badly. This is what I mean. Like, charge the most expensive season ticket and have the cheek to not sign anybody at top quality in the summer, not pay the wages for top players. But then they charge this. They've got this concert, NFL, go-karts, making so much money. Where is that money going? It's not going into the team. They're making excuses after excuses. Big up, Scott. Hope you're good. How are you, man? I know you're very level-headed about it all, calm. You've called it out for such a long time. Such a long time. Tottenham supporters trust are hopeless. I mean, they were on Tottenham away, weren't they, the other day? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. It's just same old rubbish at the club. McKenna will be Tottenham manager soon, I bet. I wonder what the odds are for that. I'll have a look. Let me have a look at that now. Odds on for next Spurs manager. I'm sure some bookies will have it. Let's have a little look. The list. Guys, who would you take? I know I've asked it a few times. Who do you want to be the next Spurs manager if you could choose? Any names? Give us some names. Be interested to get a kind of look and see what people in the chat are thinking of their next manager. Next Tottenham manager. Manager odds, yeah, straight up. So this is what we got. This is the top. Who's at the top? Let's have a look. Got Graham Potter, De Zerbi, Eddie Howe, Marco Silva, Thomas Tuchel. This is not right. Why is he on that list? That's not right. He's just taken the England job. I'm not looking at this one. That's rubbish. Why would you put him in the list? Let's just go to a better website. Choose the next odds on for the next manager. Right, let's have a look at this one. These websites are rubbish. Anybody got a good website to look at this up on? Surely there must be a decent website. Let's go to a more established one. I don't know, it's just annoying me. Hold on a second. Let's go William Hill. Right, here we go. I don't know, can't be bothered. Too tired, it's annoying me. This is what people say, what people are saying in the chat. Let's scroll down because I was just asked. Let's have a look. Evening, Jose. Sorry it's late. I did your scores. I hope you got it. Did it quite late before I jumped on. How are you, buddy? How are you? You coming on the show Sunday? On Sava's channel. Good to see you there, man. De Zerbi. Not sure. Not sure about him. What happened with him now? Why did he end up leaving Brighton? People remind me. Is it because they fell off last season? Did they have a falling out? People remind me of why did De Zerbi leave Brighton? Let's have a look. God, there's been so many messages. I've lost track. All right, what's this? Tottenham manager shortlisted Ipswich Town Kieran McKenna as first choice target if they decide to sack Ange. Where's that from, Toxic Headshot? Where have you seen that? Interesting one, that. Very interesting. Bella, when we get battered, what excuses are Cam and Ben going to make injuries? Yeah, not having the injuries one. Bella's having lunch in Australia. What are you eating, Bella? Anything nice? Tell us. Chelsea are a bogey team and some. Just can't see anything good but an old thumping, sadly. Doubt they even... Yeah. They are a bogey team, haven't they? We've got a terrible record against Chelsea over the years. Oh, dear. Remember that game last season at the Lane? And that high line, that was just absolutely crazy, that game. We always talk to Chelsea and they can't wait for it. Yeah, Brighton have got a good record against Chelsea. Yeah, Ryan, tell us what happened with De Zerbi again, man. You'll know. Why did he end up leaving again? Remind me. Jose, now that your family Ange out, who do you want or think will come in as a potential new manager? Yeah, this is what we're just talking about. I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? We don't know their shortlist. I know Toxic Headshot says McKenna's #1 in the list. Look, if it was me and I was deciding, I'd just look at the Premier League. I'd look at Thomas Frank, Areola, even the Fulham manager. I think is a good manager. Look at managers like Nagelsmann, Conceição. I think's available as well. Yeah, there's managers out there. The ex-Dortmund manager Tadic. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. There are some young, exciting managers out there who we could bring in, get us playing, get try and get us something this season. We're still in the competitions. We're still in a place in the league where we can catch up. I've lost my picture. What's going on? Here we go. Bit of technical difficulty. Look, there's quite a few out there. It's getting the right one in. Will it? If even change manager, will we win something? It's not guaranteed, of course, but I'm just not seeing enough under Ange that he's going to turn this round. Very poor result against Bournemouth. Just the whole performance. Look, I'm sick of saying it, but it's just how I feel. I can't get behind Ange anymore. There's nothing I can see that makes me think that he's going to turn this around. Too inconsistent. He's not adapting. He's not getting the most out of this team. Yes, I know we've had these conversations that we could have done better in the summer transfer window, of course. There's question marks over the squad and the quality, of course. But I just think that a manager could just set us up right, make us more competitive, just adjust in certain matches, get us over the line. Because, if we'd have picked up, if you look at the results like Ipswich, Fulham, Palace, drop points at Leicester, there's enough points there. We could have got more points out of them. We would be in a much better position in the league. But we've dropped so many points under Ange, and I'm just fed up with it. I'm just sick of it. Scott says Ange has been awful under pressure so far in his career. Yeah, he has. It's definitely at Spurs so far under pressure. He's been awful. Few hellos. Inzaghi's decent. Isn't he managing Inter? Could we prize him away from Inter? I'm not sure. Inter in the Champions League, right? Need a big money. But Inzaghi's an interesting one because I think he plays back three, wing backs. He plays quite a defensive approach. But he also is good at managing under a tight budget, and you'll need that, Spurs. But I just don't think he'll come to Spurs now. Not mid-season, but I do like him. So if I could see something for Ange, I'll be prepared to give him more time, but there's nothing about the guy that gives me that confidence or inspiration. This is what it is, Sue, isn't it? It's like if we could get 2, 3, 4 wins in a row, you can see some change and progression. You see Ange changing it up in games to get us over the line. Then, of course, I think a lot of us will get more on board. Obviously, we won't all be totally convinced, but at least we can see something going in that right direction. And I've said that week in, week out, consistency, consistency, build those wins together. Many of us have said this, Ange, just change it up, please. Just do something to help this team rather than just be so stubborn and stick to your style of play. I'm sure many of us feel the same, feel this way. Yeah, let's get McKenna, another manager with no predicate in the Premier League. And look, and when you question McKenna, you know, he's number one in the list, a young up-and-coming manager. Chelsea were in for him last season. Again, but you're right, he's not proven, is he? And it's another risky move. I probably would want somebody a bit more established myself, someone a bit more proven. But if it's on their list, they're considering it really. I don't know. I don't know. When you say that, Jose, it makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think. Big up Eugene, man, joining us late. What time is it for you right now? Hope you're well, man. Enjoyed the Die Hard show earlier. Seems a lively one. Lot talking about all sorts of things. Rayan, yeah, this is the guy I said earlier, Erdin Terzic. Nige likes this guy, knows a bit more about him than me. A young manager. Yeah, definitely an option. Anyone but Mason, definitely not Mason. I don't want Mason. 100% no. We got to sign someone better than that. Bring someone in better. Mason should have taken a job. Didn't he get a job offer not long ago? He should go out and just try and manage the team, see how he gets on. Good luck to him, but not at Spurs. Mason and James Fowler went to school together. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Got Dortmund to a final. Toxic. Oh wow, that's pretty uninspiring. Must be talking about McKenna, I think. It is. We can do better than McKenna. Nothing against him. Up and coming manager. Let him just keep managing Ipswich, keep going, see how he gets on. It's tough managing Ipswich. You don't have a lot of money to spend. Really, really difficult. But you've done well to get them up. Ange is as flexible as a 75-year-old man on 50. Greg, I love the humour late at night, man. We need the humour. We do in these difficult times being a Spurs fan. Almost won the Bundesliga. De Zerbi. There's no odds list at the moment. Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to look it up and I just wasn't getting much, getting nonsense when I was looking it up online. What's this one George has come up with? Let's have a look here. Just get to the comments. Gasparini. Now that's a manager. Can he do it in the Prem? He's done it in the Italian league a lot. Very entertaining manager. Love his passion. Cool, that would be interesting. I can't say I know much about him, but he seems to do well with teams. He's a very attacking manager, George, I think, isn't he? Very, very, very attacking manager. Didn't he win the? Did they win? I think they won the conference, didn't they? Sure they did. Atalanta. I'm sure they did last season. Ben, big up Ben. Hope you're good. Absolute losers talking about next managers. 14 games in, born to lose. That's funny. We can piss Ange has more gumption in his little pinky than you have. Ben, giving it large, Ben. You keep the fight going with Ange. You fight like him. All received, Dan, knows worries. Cheers, man. I think we had the man. I think we had the man you job lined up. What's that mean? Is that Almiron? He thought he had. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Contact Torts, I believe. Where are you getting your info, man? Got some good sources. Talks a headshot. Are you sure it wasn't from TikTok? I ain't heard it. I haven't heard it. But hamburgers and pasta salad on the barbecue. Now that's my thing. That is barbecues. I love a barbecue in the summer. There's nothing better, is there, guys? Like when the weather's nice, crack open a beer, cook a burger on the barbecue, a bit of music on. Good times, eh? Have some good company, have a laugh. Yeah. I mean, when you live in Australia, I don't know whereabouts are you from on Australia, Bella? What part? But I know the weather's is really good most of the year in certain parts in Australia. Barbecues all year round, eh? Greg B, I want Gasparini too, George, but I fear he's outgrown us. Top of Serie A, Europa League winner. Yeah, I don't think he'll work under Levy after Conte Conte's friend. Very passionate, very fiery guy. There are managers out there, but again, a lot of managers are going to look at it, aren't they? You know, they're going to see this is a thing as well. You're going to see that who the managers Spurs have had recently: Mourinho, Conte, Nuno, Ange. It all haven't worked out. Why is that? And they're obviously not stupid. They'll look at the board and say, "Look, this board doesn't support you. What's my point of leaving a good job to come to Spurs? Yes, money talks. Yeah, you know, the Premier League pool, of course, that also talks. But it's a point. It's a good point, Greg. I have to say, it's a good point. Thomas, big up, Thomas. Hope you're good, man. Thoughts on Erdin Turgic? Yeah, some good people bigging him up in the chat. They rate him. Done well for Dortmund. Got to a final, challenging for the Bundesliga. Didn't get over the line, but as a young manager, definitely somebody to consider possibly. Football transfers. Is that a source? Tox headshot. Not heard that one. Ambition, but we want mid-table managers. Yeah, I said Thomas Frank, he's mid-table with Brentford, but maybe Thomas Frank, if he was Spurs manager with that squad, he could get us challenging for those top four, top five places. Maybe get us over a line with a cup, change it up in certain games. I think Frank is flexible like that. We've seen him do it. He quite like him. You know, whether I've seen him interview, seems a good guy. Nagelsmann for me. Where's Nagelsmann right now, guys? He's not in a job. I think he's not. He's definitely an option. He'll bring in some tactical craziness to the team, won't he? Very tactical guy. Yeah, there's question marks over his attitude as well, and I think he falls out with boards. But anyway, look, we've got to try something else. Ange for me is just not working. Levy will try and hire another puppet. Rich, big up, Rich. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're keeping well. Go on to Tottenham news now. Go on to Tottenham news now. Let's have a look. Tottenham news. Tottenham news. Okay, yeah. Football transfers. I don't know football transfers. Are they a worthy source? I don't know, people. They pulled off any good stories in the past. McKenna as a possible Postecoglou replacement. It doesn't excite me. I've got to be honest. I would want better. Nothing against McKenna, you know, and he could do well, but I don't know. He's cheap, isn't he? He'll be cheap. He won't be demanding from the board. And this is what's that comment a few minutes earlier. You know, try and hire another puppet, as Richard said. Richard said we've got a mid-table manager to Eugene. Bella, the rain and the wind battering against my bedroom windows. Big storms. I was like, guys, I was supposed to go out tomorrow, like with the kids, like go on a day out to see Santa and some reindeers and stuff. We've had to cancel it. It's full on storms tomorrow, raining,
strong winds. Yeah, so we've had to postpone it, but it's a shame. I was quite looking forward to it, get out and about. But yeah, the weather's dreadful, isn't it? Bella, Sue, nice and warm and sunny here. Jealous, very jealous. Eugene says, Rich, so sack for the sake of sacking. Conte wasn't mid-table manager, but same fate. Conte was fourth, wasn't he, when he got sacked after his famous rant? Yeah, he was fourth with that team. Eugene, Angelotti and Pep ain't coming. Do you know what, guys in the chat? I love the back and forth with you. What you when you're talking in the chat, it's great to watch. It's great fun. It's all harmless, isn't it? Harmless banter. And I'm sure you guys don't take nothing too seriously, especially tonight on the stream. See, Rich, he's turning us back into a mid-table team. We're mid-table at the moment. I gave realistic managers. I think the team would get not my dream manager. Yeah, look, we all have our dream managers out there, don't we? Who we'd love to employ, but it all comes hand in hand, isn't it? Like, you need the investment, you need the club to be serious, you need the board to back the manager, and this is where it keeps going wrong year in year out. Poor recruitment. And what's his name? Lange. He's not really impressing so far, is he? People are calling for Paratici to come back. It's just all fun and games, isn't it? It's just never going anywhere. Before West Ham, yeah, because West Ham he ain't been sacked yet, is he? Are they giving him one more game this weekend? Who have West Ham got this weekend? Let's have a look. I remember doing the score prediction for it earlier. West Ham have got, I think they're playing on the Sunday. Let's have a look. So maybe I got that wrong. West Ham. Who are West Ham playing? Anybody know? Why can't I see their fixture? Maybe they're playing on the Monday night. Oh, they are playing Wolves. Well, there you go. That could be a winnable game for Locatelli. Locatelli, sorry. What's going on in the chat? Let's have a look. Keeping us chatting. Better manager could get a lot more from this squad, but Tottenham with Levy aren't the market for top managers. They won't want to come. Yeah, it's true. We had it with Conte and Mourinho. Didn't work out, did it? We didn't back them. Angelotti at Everton, not great either. Players make a difference. Yeah, he only could do so much with that Everton team, and then he jumped to Real Madrid as soon as they come calling. I'm sure Levy is looking now. Yeah, I think he is. Then they must start talking and getting a list, compiling a list of managers. They do. They'll be putting the feelers out. Surely they will. Levy's a bridge burner, and he's pretty much succeeding in burning every bridge possible in terms of a worthwhile new manager. Yeah, he's just blown it, hasn't he? Eugene, Dan, when was the last time we were consistent? This is it. We're not consistent. We haven't been consistent this season at all. If you even look back to last season, is that we're only consistent in that first 10 games. For the rest of that season, it was maybe a couple of wins in a row, but win, lose, draw. We couldn't really build up momentum. But saying that, like last season, we were only a few points off that top four in the end, but then we did have that tough run of fixtures at the end, didn't we? When we played all the top teams in a row and it just killed us. And Villa, they were dropping points as well. And if Ange just would have adjusted in those games to get us a draw or win, with a different approach in them games, we could have been in the Champions League, eh? No, we didn't deserve it. Got to be honest. We're not good enough for Champions League. We're struggling with the Europa this season, making hard work of it. As soon as we played anyone decent like Roma and Galatasaray, been found out. Sue says, I agree. These players, while not well beaters, are not relegation fodder either. No, they're not. I think we should be doing a hell of a lot better, man. There's ways of setting up this team to get better results. Only 5:30 p.m., mate. Well, I hope you have a good evening, buddy. I'm going to go for 5 more minutes, and I think I need to get some kip. Second manager is a way for Levy to take heat off himself and avoid responsibility. Yeah, it is. It is, isn't it? It just happens time in, time out. Look, guys. Final question for the night. Where's it all going to go? What's everybody's thinking? When do you think Ange is going to lose his job? If you think he's going to lose his job, when do you think that's going to happen? Is it going to be after Sunday? Is it going to be after the Rangers game or the game next weekend? Honestly, guys, give me your thoughts. What is going to happen? Because I just don't know. I don't know. I think time is running out for Ange. Results are in decline. Performances are in decline. After Sunday, I heard if we lose to Chelsea, we're 9 points off top 4. I just look at that league table, and there's just so many teams I think will finish above us right now. So many teams in better form, got better squads, better players, better managers. You know, look at the Brighton manager at the moment, how well he's doing. The young managers come in. You know, I know they're only 3 points above us, but they've only lost 3 games. You know, so it's fine to draw games sometimes. You know, you can't always play win. We don't do many draws. Fulham are above us, Nottingham Forest are above us, Bournemouth are above us. After the weekend, if we lose, we could drop to Man United could get above us, drop to 13th place. And then we're only like 5 points away from West Ham. I don't know, guys. Let's have a look and see if there's any final comments just to sign off for the evening. People's thoughts. Thank you all for watching tonight. Please smash the like. That would be great. Subscribe and all of that. Big up Lord Rodney Trotner. How you doing, man? You up as well this late hour? How you good? I hope you're good, man. Hope all is well with you. Lord of the Mod. I'm moving up in the world. Let's have a little look. Just a harmless potato. Big up. Happy good. Said hello to you earlier in the diehards. Nagelsmann is Germany manager. If you don't like the High Line, then you won't like him. Yeah, he's the German manager, so that's not a straightforward move, is it? Scott, McKenna's a far better option than Ange. You rate McKenna, Scott? You know a bit more about him than me. Any manager right now is better than Ange. I'm saying any manager, not Mason. Dan, you should turn up your super chats. I'd like to give a bit, and I'm sure others would too. Eugene leaves super chats. Super chats, I don't think you have to reach a level of subscribers to get super chats, and I'm way far off that. But thanks for saying that, man. That's nice of you. Really nice. Scott M, he is. I always love when Ange apologists shit on Spurs and their fans, like they have a clue of their loser heroes any good. It's just unbelievable, Scott, isn't it? The people still behind Ange after this season and last season. What are they seeing? No one can give a real explanation on why he's any good. Look, each to their own. You know, it's up to everybody who they want to support as a manager or whatever. But now we're failing. The system's failing. The results prove it, evidence it. Big up Matrix Move. Big up McKenna and Frank would be my top 2. I'd probably have Frank over McKenna. Myself, a bit more experienced. Our options are very severely limited under Levy, unfortunately. They are limited, but surely there's somebody who can come in and just get us a bit more stable, a sensible manager. One second, guys. Back in a sec.
Right, let's just finish this off. Get to bed, get some sleep. Big up to everybody who's watched tonight. Yeah, just come on, have a little bit of a moan about Spurs. Same old, same old. If Ange gets sacked, Spurs would be employing their 34th manager in 40 years. Yeah, Levy out. Scott M, but Spurs are supposed to be on their knees, thankful he's leading us nowhere. The road to nowhere. Daniel, big up Daniel. I hope you're good. As a diehard Spurs fan, I'm always believed that a manager should get 2 full seasons, but as much as this pains me, I'm officially out. Look, yeah, it is. It's just not working on Ange. He's got to go, I'm afraid. Fighting talk from him today in the press conference. See what happens Sunday, eh? Wolves. Still tickets available for Chelsea match from Ticket Exchange, ranging from a bargain prices 94 to 109. Bloody hell, so expensive, aren't they? West Ham versus Wolves, El Sakiko. Yeah, what's happened to Wolves this season? Get a few more comments then. Cam Tinsley, have you ever been to Spurs and stood with us? Please stop talking about the backslide, please. The backside, please. Little biting going on in there in the chat. And Ange would be 34th on the list if you ranked them. It's the worst one for you, eh? It's got even worse than Corman. We've had a few, haven't we? Santini. He weren't great, was he? Ramos, but at least Ramos won us a cup. And then we sold, remember Ramos, we sold Berbatov and Keane and didn't replace them with anything. No wonder he was rubbish. He did rubbish that season after winning the Carling Cup. But yeah, makes me laugh. Sue's laughing away. You've got to have a bit of humour, man, in these dark times at Spurs. As a Spurs fans, forever in dark times, aren't we? A user. The latest news is Ange is sacked. Their manager, it's his first choice. So yeah, a user's seeing it as well. Apologies, it's my missus. She's laughing. I don't know what she's laughing at. She's probably come and put a silly comment in the chat. Right, I'm logging off. I'm going, guys. I'm logging off now. I can't be streaming on here with that silly laughing in the background. I'll go and have a laugh. Look, everybody who's joined tonight, thanks for joining. I'll be back on Tuesday. See what happens on the weekend. We'll probably lose to Chelsea, and hopefully Ange will be out soon. Be up, guys. Take care. Good night, everyone. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.